Hello beautiful beings, we are back with another video today, and this video was a little different. I think this was my first tutorial of 2022. Yeah, y'all, so yeah, check it out. I did, if you read the title, obviously I showed you how I install my knotless braids. Now I am a braider, however, disclaimer, I am a lazy braider when it comes to my own head. Like, I do cut corners. I don't put a whole lot of effort into my braids simply because I do like messy braids on myself. I don't like for my braids to be perfect and neat. But on my clients, you know, of course I'm giving them, you know, perfect and neat braids. But for myself, I do like for my braids to look older. I like for them to look a little bit rough and a little bit more natural. And I know not everybody likes that, but yeah, I love my braids. They came out so cute. This is my first time doing them this color. I think I've done 30 before, but never a 27. Yeah, so this is color 27, and yeah, I'll just get into it. Check it out, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the video now. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet, and also just comment down below. Let me know that you subscribed if you did, and where you from. Just let me know that, you know, where are you from in the comments. Yeah, y'all, so we're gonna get right into the video. Alright, y'all, so let's get started. I do show you the comb here. I think this is the traditional comb that most braiders are using now. It does have the little opening at the top where you could get like better parting when you're trying to part straight. It also has the red tail at the end, and as you can see, I did start in the back and I just did a part straight across. Now, I don't get perfect parting on my own head just because it is hard to see back there. I mean, I guess I could use a mirror, but yeah, that'd just be a lot, so not using that. But I also show you the product that I use here. It is called the Braid Gel. I love this product. I use it on all my clients and myself and my children whenever I do their hair, and it works great for all of us. But yeah, then I go ahead and just part that bottom section into what'll turn into 3 sections. And as you can see with that little opening at the top of the comb, it does give you a lot better of a part when you're trying to part like this, just going straight down using that little opening at the top. Now, after you have your hair parted all nice and neatly, then you can go ahead and start detangling that section. Now, as you can see, my hair is a lot shorter. I call it a TWA. So it's not really difficult to detangle, especially after I've blown it out. But if you do have longer hair, it may take you a little bit more to detangle. You may even need to use a wider tooth comb. Now, I do take the product and I just apply it all over that section in every single spot. I know some people, if you have thicker hair, sometimes you may need to part your hair in the middle and put a little bit of product in between just to make sure that it does hold your hair down. But yeah, here I show you the hair. I have it all sectioned out nicely and neat and ready to get put into my head. So yeah, I do start off with a traditional braid, just as if I was about to plait my hair regularly. I would just go ahead and divide that into the 3 sections and then start off with that regular braid. And I braid down 1 time. Some people braid down 2 or 3 times. I feel like it just blends better if you go ahead and start adding the hair as soon as possible. So yeah, I just go ahead and just braid down 1 time. Now I do lay the weave right in between that piece there, and I just lay it flat and I bring my hair over on top of it and start braiding it in. And I'll show you again in just a second. If you can see here, you take the weave, and where my index finger is, I literally just lift that finger and lay the weave right in between there. So just lay it here, flat, and then pinch it in, pull your hair over on top, and braid it in. Alright, so I did finish that first braid, and now we're going to move on to the second one. As I told y'all, I do use the little top of the comb to separate and part nice and neatly. Put product all around all corners of my hair in that section. Then I start off with a traditional braid. And yeah, go ahead and get the weave. Put it in between that piece there, picking up your index finger and laying the weave there. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I pulled my hair to pull it tight. That's just a little tip if you want to make sure that your knotless braid is tight at the start. You can just go ahead and just pull all those pieces as tight as possible so that you can keep it neat. And I am going to go ahead and pull it again just to keep it all tight and neat. But yeah, you're just adding that weave, like I said, picking up that index finger and still keeping everything else tight because you don't want to lose control of the braid, but then just braiding it in. Now, another little tip when you are braiding your hair in or adding in that weave, you do want to make sure that you are grabbing all the hair underneath. As you can see here, I did kind of get a little like hair got mixed in where it wasn't supposed to be. You want to make sure that you keep all the sections separated, because if you get loose hair just hanging places, then it can make your braid look a little bit messy. But like I said, I don't really care about the messy look. It doesn't really bother me. But if you're braiding like on your client, then you definitely want to make sure that you're keeping all that nice and neat. And if that does happen, then I just suggest taking the braid down. But yeah, as you can see, like I was scooping in all the hair underneath to make sure that I had all the hair and nothing was laying loose. I have done that before when braiding my own hair. Got done with the braid and realized, oh, there's a whole piece of hair just left out. But yeah, what I do when I get closer to the ends, I typically turn my hand so that it's more comfortable for me to braid it down. And I didn't have enough hair added in once I did this, so I am just going to go ahead and add in the hair. I think I'm adding maybe about 8 to 10 pieces of hair in the beginning just to get it to the thickness that I want it to be at. You definitely don't have to do this. If you want to avoid adding so much hair, in the beginning, I would suggest making your pieces of weave bigger. So like when you're separating your hair and adding them to your rack or whatever you use to separate the hair, just make those pieces bigger if you don't want to have to worry about adding as much hair. But yes, as you continue to braid down, go ahead and add a little bit of product to your finger so that you can keep the braid as sleek and clean as possible, because if you don't, then some of those little flyaways will poke out of the braid and you'll have more hair to trim and cut at the end. So to control that, I suggest just adding a little bit more product to your fingertips to just smooth out the braid. Now, here I show you how I add the hair to the ends to kind of get it a little bit longer. As you can see in the beginning of the video, my hair, I would say it's probably about thigh length. Probably about to my thighs. So in order to get that length, I do show you here, I am adding the hair to the back and then bring it around and then just braiding it in. So yeah, just braid it in. So yeah, you just take your piece of hair. If you don't want it to look like you're adding hair or to have that lump, then I would suggest just adding it to the back, wrapping it around and braiding it in, and it'll give you that nice, clean, sleek look as if you have not added anything into the hair. Now on the bottom, later on in the video, you're gonna see me try to check to see if you can see it. I couldn't tell that I added hair, so yeah, I think that this works perfect for me, especially when I'm braiding my own hair. Yeah, to give you that seamless look and that just nice flow of the braid. Now, if you are doing longer braids on yourself, what I do to help me control the braid and make sure that it's still tight and neat, I take the braid and just place it in my mouth. Not actually like in my mouth, but just in between my lips, and I just hold it there. It gives me better control of the braid, and I'm still able to kind of make sure that it's neat and tight as I want it to be. Now, as you can see, once I'm braiding down, if you do get a section where it's more hair in one section than the other, then just take a little bit of hair from another and just add it so that you could keep that same neat look for your braid. Now, what tends to mess a lot of people up, I've noticed, even with myself, is when I do this and I take too much hair from one section and add it. If you do find yourself with a very, very small section and you need to add a lot of hair, then just add it slowly. So just like take just a little bit of hair and then add it, and then like braid it a little bit more, and then just continue doing that process until you have all three sections the same. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so I did want to show y'all this, like when you're parting your hair and you're trying to get the parts semi-straight, like myself, what you can do is go into your bathroom, get a mirror. I'm showing you, that's my son holding the phone there, but typically it'll just be me in the mirror, and I will see what the part looks like, and if I find the area that needs to be fixed, I'll take my finger, hold it there, and then I'll take the comb and just fix that area. And as you can see, it did make it a lot better. Not me trying to have a little vibe session while I finish my hair. But yeah, I hope that y'all are enjoying the video so far. I have finally made it to the top of my head, finally. Y'all, I started this probably about 5 or 6 p.m. Yeah, probably about 5:30, and I didn't finish until like almost 8. I feel like I could have been done a lot faster if my children would have left me alone and let me just do my hair. But you know, kids can't let you just do what you need to do. They gotta bother you and mess you up and slow you down. But yeah, I did go ahead and get to the top. I'm so excited. And I'm showing you here a little bit better. It is easier, you know, when you can see it at the top to part your hair. So make sure your top parts are clean. You know, the back may not be perfect, but just at least make sure the top is good, girl, because that's what people are going to see first. Now, some things that I've heard people complain about when they're trying to do their own hair is the position of their hands. I would suggest you just hold your hands however it's most comfortable for you. You know, if you already braid other people's hair and you know like what's kind of comfortable when braiding other people's hair, just try to do that on your own head. But I don't know, just holding your hands in a more comfortable place, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but I've been doing my own hair for so many years now, so I kind of have already figured out what's comfortable for me. But here I show y'all how I add the hair for the extended length. As you can see, I did just add it to the back real quick and then just braid it in. And I think I'm going to have another chance to show you. Just let's see here. All right, so you see I have these 3 pieces here and I have them separated. You see that small piece over on the right hand side? That's where I need the hair to be added the most. So I'm gonna make sure that I add the hair where it will fit in with that. And you see it did go in with that piece to make that piece just a little bit more full. And you see me here checking to see if you can see it from the back and you can't tell where the hair was added. So yeah, that's a good sign. And just go ahead and braid it down. I did have to go check on somebody real quick. I told y'all my kids won't let me be great. They gotta stop me. They gotta slow me down. Whenever I'm trying to be productive, they gotta slow me down. But yeah, just go ahead and braid your hair on down to the bottom. Place it in your mouth so that you can, you know, hold it steady and add hair as you need until you get it the length that you want. Now, another quick tip, if you are doing your braids longer or if you do want them extended in length, I would suggest before you finish braiding your hair down to the very bottom, let the braid fall kind of on you a little bit, like while it's in your hand. See where it hits you. If that's where you want the braid to stop, if that's long enough, then just go ahead and braid it down. However, if you feel like you want it a little bit longer, just continue adding hair until you get it to the length that you desire. But you can measure it based on where it hits you before you finish braiding it all the way down to the bottom. And I didn't know you, and I didn't know me, but I thought I knew everything. I never felt the way you love me. Ooh, not me not knowing the words, child. But yeah, y'all, I have finally finished braiding, and now I am going over my ends and over each braid to just kind of cut away those flyaways. Like I told y'all earlier, if you do apply product throughout your braid, then you don't have to do this as much, because the product will help you control the braid and that frizz and those little hairs from popping out. So yeah, I don't have as many hairs as I probably would have if I had not used the product all throughout the braid. Now when you get to the end of the braid, you can just cut those little small thin pieces that really serve no purpose. I have my hot boiling water in my hot pot, and I have my towel, and I'm going to show you how I dip my long braids for myself. I do place my hot pot on the floor, and I just dip my hair inside and then pick it up and bring it up as far as I can. Now I do divide my hair into sections. I do it in 2 halves, especially when I'm doing longer braids. I can just divide it into 2 halves. Now, as y'all saw, the ends were a little bit curly that first time, so I did dip it a second time to get them a lot straighter, and then a third time. Okay, y'all, did y'all enjoy it? This is the finished look. I am going out with my friend tonight. She is in town to see me, so we're about to go out for a night on the town. And yeah, so I got kind of cute for that. I don't know if I told y'all that in the intro or not, but yeah, this is the final look. I hope that y'all enjoy watching me put these braids in my head. Okay, y'all, so the video did cut. I'm so sorry, I didn't realize, but this is the end of the video. This is a few extra videos of what the hair looks like that evening. But yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it useful. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if nobody has told you recently, just know that I love you, you matter, you are important, and you're amazing. Bye, y'all.